Shalom, everybody. This is Betty Erica, aka Lady Smooth. And I have a very important message for today. The Lord has told me to do this video. Once again, another video. Let's just get into it. Okay, so as I was reading, the Lord has told me we are now in the book of Ezra, and that's what I've been reading, Ezra, right here. And he said, basically, the prophecies of Ezra is going to be fulfilled because judgment is coming to this nation. And this video is called Dark Days Are Ahead. This is going to be a bit of a mild long video because I have a dream to share. So as you can see, Deuteronomy 28. The Lord's people are scattered, of course. And the judgment days, the captivity days are gone. And the new judgment amongst the nations are among us. So now, I've written this down. And I want you all to take a look at these verses yourself in the King James Version. I would prefer, if you don't have a Sefer, which I'm pretty sure a lot of people don't, because there's very important information there. Zechariah 7:14. But I scattered them with a whirlwind among all the nations whom they knew not. Thus the land was desolate after them. No man passed through nor returned, for they left the pleasant land desolate. So, as you can see, the land is desolate. The land of Yashael is desolate. There is nobody inhabited there, even though the political state continues to claim that that is the Holy Land. Okay. We're not going to go there. It's a false. But we know the enemy always has a false way of imitating God. And that is the biggest lie ever told and the biggest secret ever told. So, moving right along, I don't want to get off subject. The subject is here. We're talking about Mitsrayim, which is Egypt. Where is Egypt? Okay? Not the physical land. We're talking about the modern day America. Because that's where the Israelites were scattered to. And other nations that are like in Egypt. Egypt, ancient name is Mitsrayim. Mitsrayim, spelled Mitsrayim. Okay? So, I want to say, this is modern day Egypt. Why? Why do I say that? Because people are doing Egyptian practices out here, Egyptian symbolism, practicing the ways of the Egyptian customs. And by that, I mean, if you're throwing up those pyramid signs, if you're throwing up these signs that look like devil horns, if you're in the videos and you're doing all of this stuff that is Babylonian-like or Egyptian-like, it is basically that. And these people who are orchestrating these videos, they practice They all worship the Egyptian ways, for they are, in the shadows, the upper highs in the shadows, and they practice these ways. Okay? And mainly people that they use, once again, are our people. These people right here. These people. Our people. The Most Highest people. They use them for bread, for money. Build them up. Leave them dying with practically nothing when all the money is in their pocket. You could ask multiple celebrities. Whitney Houston being one of them. May she rest wherever she is. Respectfully. And her daughter. And the way that they did her funeral. Which, of course, they did a Baptist one. But they also did an Egyptian one. Okay? So, with that being said, they use the Hebrews for bread. And yes, there is some other nations that are in the entertainment business, but the main ones that they use as a laughing stock and for bread and to try to displease the Most High, and by degrading our people and saying, people do this stuff and they don't know that the devil is saying, going back to the Lord saying, look at what your people doing. Look at what your chosen seed of Jacob is doing, Yashael. Look at what they're doing. They're rebelling against you, throwing up these signs, practicing wicked ways, doing sodomy, doing so many things. This is what your people are doing. So how can you practice righteousness or try to practice righteousness when you're so pushed in a barbaric world? A barbaric nation. This nation is barbaric, and it's trying to get other nations to drink the wrath of the customs. And that's why America's finished. So, Deuteronomy 28. Deuteronomy 28. Okay. Trying to see if I can get this camera to kind of flip back. I wish I could. Anyway. So Deuteronomy 28:68. I shall bring you into Egypt again. As the Lord said, again, back to Egypt. So the first, we all know the first was with Moses. With ships. This is them. By the way I spoke unto you, you shall see it no more again. There shall be sold unto your enemies for bondmen and bondwomen, and no man shall buy you. So that's what's going on still to this day. That's what happened. And now in order to make money, you have to degrade yourself. You can't be modest. That's why it's barely no female rappers. Because every female rapper, you have to be so degrading. And look at Megan Thee Stallion, like, I just pray. I really like her. But look at what they're having her do in her videos. Such degrading. Such blaspheme against the Lord. All this evil serpent stuff. We are in the last times, Lord. We are in the last days. I would never do any of those things in my video. Because once you in this whole Egyptian system, Mitsrayim, I'm going to say it, and this is it because I don't want to keep calling that name. Once you continue to be in this system of what they want your ideals to be and how they want to push their agenda, you don't have no power over your videos. Brothers and sisters, every video that I have ever done for myself, it was my money, my ideas, and my way. Even though people still try to control your stuff, I still like, no, this is the way I want it done. And I want it done this way. And every vision came out basically the way I wanted it to come out. I did it. I orchestrated it. And of course, it won't be seen to the world unless the Lord allows it. Because the thing is, we're so in the last days, there's always an agenda. People, it's not about your talent. It's about pushing the narrative to destroy the public, to destroy the youth, the kids, to pervert the minds of the people, to provoke people into sin. That's what it is. And, you know, even though it was raunchy back then, and yes, we've cursed and we did all these things, but it wasn't to the extent of degrading. Having people like Cardi B, or, you know, just so many people. But the thing is, what they did with this sister, they made her be pregnant with her milk-filled breast in a video that's of Greek Roman worship with Lizzo. It's so degrading. How dare you push that woman to do that? And it's not like she could have said no. And I'm pretty sure she didn't want to do that. I know she didn't. She's a great woman and a great mother. She's a great mother. So I know she didn't want to be pregnant in that video. She just did it. You could see the expression on her face, like, okay, let me get this over with. But that's the narrative they want to push. And now they got these women out here showing their bellies and their boobs and all of this stuff. You know, showing their bellies and their boobs, pregnant. Who does that? I wouldn't. Anyway, so let's go back. I'm just speaking about the whole Egyptian thing and the entertainment business, and this is how we know we are in Egypt. This is how we know that the highest people are in Egypt. The Most High, Creator heaven and earth, Yeshua, our salvation, Jesus Christ, aka Jesus Christ, people are in Egypt. And this is the Lord's true name, Ahaya. Ahaya, the Most High. Okay? So, let's go back. Psalms 68, 30 and 31. Rebuke the company of spearmen, the multitude of the bulls, with the calves of people, till everyone submits himself with pieces of silver. Scatter you, the people that delight in war. Princes shall come out of Egypt. Cush shall stretch out of her hands unto Elohim. And when the Lord says Cush shall soon stretch out her hands unto Egypt, this is what's happening now. Princess is coming out of Egypt, meaning the Lord's people. The Lord's people. And Cush, his people. Cush is the word for Africa. It was the ancient word for Africa. Meaning that, Africa and Ethiopia, meaning that now we have more people. More of the Most High's people. Hebrews, black people, okay? Let's just go with that. Even if you're not, your skin color is not, you have the bloodline, okay? Hebrew, praising the Lord, stretching their hands out to the Lord nowadays. Time is soon come to an end. We are smack right around the corner. We are in Ezra. So now let me read this. This is the judgment that is coming to Mitsrayim, Egypt. But I will bring them with a mighty hand and stretch out arm and smite Mitsrayim with plagues as before, and will destroy all the land thereof. Mitsrayim shall mourn, and the foundation of it shall be smitten with the plague and the punishment that Elohim shall bring upon it. They that till the ground shall mourn, for their seeds shall fall through the blasting and hail with a fearful constellation. Woe to the world and them that dwell therein. Why did the Lord say woe to the world and them that dwell in it? Because everybody looks up to America. When they see this happening, they're going to be so devastated. They ain't going to know what to do. Every other nation will crumble up and fall apart when this happens. Because it's coming. For the sword in their destruction draws nigh. And one people shall stand up and fight against another, and the swords in their hand. For there shall be sedition among men, and invading one another. They shall not regard their kings nor princesses, and the course of their actions shall stand in their power. Who is he talking about right here? 16. For there shall be sedition among the men, and invading. That means somebody's coming to invade one another. And they shall not regard their princes. They ain't going to care about who's in charge. They ain't going to care about your world leaders. And who am I talking about? The dragon in the bear country. Russian and chai tea. And the course of their actions shall stand in their power. So when they come, they will have the power to do these things. The course of their actions still shall stand in their power, invading this nation. And they don't care who you are. They're coming with a vengeance. A man shall desire to go into a city. Oh, the people of this land is going to want to leave and get out of here, and shall not be able to. For because of their pride, the cities shall be troubled. All these people with pride running around right now. And we know that word. We know that word, and they're using it all the time. Colorful pride. While these people are getting prepared for the war to invade, these people out here talking about which gender equality is going to be in the army of the U.S. What a weak nation we have become. What a weak nation. For because of their pride, the cities shall be troubled, the houses shall be destroyed, and men shall be afraid. A man shall have no pity upon his neighbor, but shall destroy their houses with the sword and spoil their goods because of the lack of bread and for great tribulation. Period. This is what's coming. This is the distress that's coming. And the Lord wanted me to do this video. Okay. And I'm actually not quite done, because I have to tell you guys about my dream. Then I end it like that. So yeah, that's what's coming. And we have nothing. The highest people, the ones that are not evil and caught up into this Babylonian system, ain't gonna have nothing to do with that. It ain't gonna be their problem. It's out of their hands. It's totally out of their hands, because this is the reason why I'm doing this. Because this dream that I had, boy, it really, oh boy, it disturbed my spirit so bad. It troubled me. It frightened me. It was the most eeriest dream I've ever had. And let me find it. Lord, let me find it. Okay. If not, I'm going to have to freelance and just tell you guys. But I've written it down because it was the most eerie dream ever. I honestly don't wish anybody to dream this type of dream. So, let's see. Come on now. Oh, okay, here we go. My very bad dream. I had this dream May 28, 2022. Okay? So I had the most eerie, uncomfortable, dark dream I've ever had in a very long time. It reminded me of Gotham City from the movie Batman. Everybody was wearing black as if we were in a funeral. This let me know that some dark days are ahead of us on the earth. So I looked up to the dark sky. The sky was black as I was blending in with the audience of other people and certain particular family members in the dream. We all looked up to the sky and there was some figures as if we was watching like a projector. It was like a projector in the sky showing these things. And lately I've been having a lot of clowns appearing in my dreams. Even, oh my gosh, Lord. Even a clown face of somebody I used to know. Evil. Anyways. And this clown face, something. So in the dream, let me just go back to the dream before I talk about these clowns. Okay, so the projector in the sky was displaying dark forces. One of them looked like a man that was on a tricycle that was a clown, and a figure of a clown, but it was all black and white, like black, gray, black and gray. One looked like a clown on a tricycle. Another was flying around in the sky, and a couple entities as well. So these things were flying around and displaying these things. And everybody was just looking like, oh, fixed their eyes on it. They were like, oh, you know. They were looking up like, oh, okay. As if we're watching a movie. Well, I gotta take off my hair for this, Lord. But ladies and gentlemen, when I tell you this, I freaked out, okay? Okay, so let's go back. They all had black and they, okay, so the figures was flying around. One of them on a tricycle going okay, and they all had on black, and then they disappeared. It escaped. It disappeared. And we all had a feeling like there was some possible rapture about to happen. So I guess everybody was like, woo, yay, you know, kind of getting happy that a big something was going to happen, because we have never seen this in the sky. But it was not a rapture, honey. It was a very bad time. And this big giant man. Now, I think that I'm going to tell you what I think this means. But a big, huge, giant, I mean, like it was a giant, okay? Let me just read what I've written down. It was a giant Asian looking man. But he was big and tough, as if he was like Asian and Russian, like half and half or something. Maybe both. Yeah, he was an Asian Chinese man, but he was very huge, giant, looking over the people, over the crowd. And I literally thought he was going to pick us up or eat us or something. He just fell like, boom, to the ground. Like a big fall with no stability, just like as if something big just was clumsy and fell. And everybody started screaming and yelling and running and everything. The crowd was going out of control. Everybody was scattering themselves, trying to hide. They start yelling. And I can't remember, everyone was gathering. I started to pray because I just felt eerie and scared. And some people also with me was praying. But these black forces was showing up. It was like almost like taunting us, but not really touching us, but taunting us. And it was like a circus. It was a circus, like taunting us. When we were praying, they kind of disappeared. But as we stopped, they came back and continually messed with the crowd. It was a very dark scene. The whole sky was pitch black. It was basically like Gotham City. It was Gotham City. I don't know what this dream meant, but I know something is coming soon. Now the Lord did kind of reveal to me with that man falling to the ground, because he looked mixed, first of all. He was not full Chinese because he was built big. Well, he was a giant, but I've seen some men, especially from Russia, from the bear country. They are strong and they are built solid, kind of big, like, they're not little. The Chinese men, a lot of them are strong, but they're small. They're small frame. So it was like them mixed together. And this giant didn't come to feed or eat. He just fell. Pow, bam, hard body on the nations. That was the end of the dream. Okay. So with that being said, shalom everybody. We pray Psalms 91 on this channel. And this is called Dark Days Are Coming. The judgment of Egypt is here. The captivity of the stars is over. The scattered tribes, the captivity is done. Once the stars leave this country, there is no protection. It's done. And with that being said, shalom everybody. We pray Psalms 91 on this channel. Goodbye.